Every major wealth transfer in history has followed the same pattern. A new technology emerged, the early movers positioned inside it quietly, and everyone else read about it in a newspaper article 10 years later, wondering, how did I miss it? The internet, the smartphone, crypto, now tokenization. And this one is different from all those because it's not about information or speculation. It's about physical assets, real property, real income streams, the things that historically required hundreds of thousands of dollars, a bank mortgage, and geographic proximity to own. That wall is coming down right now in Canada. Here's how it works. A $1.2 million house in Burnaby right now gets legally structured through a special purpose vehicle, a corporation that owns the property. The SPV issues 1.2 million digital tokens at $1 a piece on a blockchain, and each token is a certificate of ownership. It carries a right to proportional rental income, proportional appreciation, and governance votes on major property decisions, all executed automatically via smart contract. Think of Ethereum, with no bank, no realtor, and no 30-day closing process. As a property owner, you tokenize 30% of your home, raise $360,000 in liquidity without selling, without refinancing, without ever talking to a lender. You keep 70% of the tokens, you keep living in or managing the property, and you just unlock the equity on your terms. As the investor, you buy $500 worth of tokens. You collect monthly rental income. You sell your position on a secondary market any hour of any day. You can hold fractional stakes in 10 different properties across 5 cities with $5,000 of total capital. The minimum buy-in, the geographic barrier, the liquidity trap, gone all at once. And this is not theoretical. In 2025, Oak Creek Capital closed $51.9 million tokenized commercial real estate deal in Canada. Project Champfleury is bringing $300 million of Quebec real estate onto a blockchain-based REIT platform launched in February, offering a 50-50 split of rental yields and token appreciation. The infrastructure is not coming. It's being built right now. Here's the part that nobody is saying out loud. The banks are not fighting this. They're building the railway for it. JP Morgan, HSBC, Citibank, BNY, they're all racing to build tokenized asset platforms and tokenized asset exchanges. Not because they suddenly care about democratizing finance, but because whoever builds the infrastructure determines the toll. Payment rails decides who owns a customer relationship, who holds the data, and who captures the economics of every transaction. If the Big Five build the dominant Canadian tokenization platforms, they haven't been disintermediated. They've just moved upstream from your mortgage lender, being the exchange that your property token trades on. Same control, different mechanism, and you're paying the fee either way. This is phase 2. We are currently in phase 1, where the infrastructure is being built and the positioning window is open. Phase 1 closes when the institutions move in at scale. That is coming, measured in years, not decades. So what does the inverse framework say to do right now? First, build your private banking system, a properly structured participating whole life contract that will allow you to access cash values through policy loans. And that is amazing because it doesn't interrupt the compounding effect of the money you have in there. That is a private capital source. Second, deploy that policy loan capital into tokenized real estate positions. As the Canadian regulatory framework solidifies, you collect rental income from the tokens, use it to service a loan, and the policy continues to compound independently. Third, hold tokenized positions in your tax-free savings account where possible. Rental income, capital appreciation, token sale gains, all tax-free inside that registered wrapper. Fourth, as you're tokenized, holding scale, move them into a holdco owned by a family trust. Corporate tax rates on investment income is dramatically lower than personal marginal rates. The trust structure provides the generational transfer mechanism. This is what it looks like when you stack the tools instead of using them in isolation. IBC provides the private capital. Tokenization provides the fractional asset access. The TFSA provides a tax-free wrapper. The corporate structure provides the scale vehicle. They compound one another. The people who built wealth in the internet era were not the ones who understood the internet best in 2005. They were the ones who understood it back in 1995 and built before the institutions enclosed it. We're in 1995 right now for tokenization in Canada. Follow this page if you want to understand the architecture before it gets sold to you as a product. Save this video and share it with someone who needs to see it. And if you would like my help, my contact information is in the bio.